Today we're going to be talking about luring. Luring is the process where you have a piece of food in your hand. I like to pinch it between my thumb and my middle finger, and you can use it to teach your dog a bunch of different tricks by encouraging them to follow your hand. So you could teach a spin, you can teach sit, yes, good boy. You could teach a down. You could also teach a place command, so you could use your hand and bring your dog over to a place that you want them to be. It's much easier if there is a mat or a bed to identify that area to them. So in order to do luring, you start by having your dog follow your hand around. So if I wanted him to spin, I would just move my hand in a circle. If I want him to sit, you just raise your hand up. Yes, good boy. And most dogs, if they're kind of on your hand, they will naturally put their butt on the ground. If you want to teach your dog how to lay down, you simply lower your hand, yes, good boy, closer to the ground. Have your hand resting, or have your hand a couple inches above the ground. You do not want it resting on the ground. Otherwise, dogs tend to bow as opposed to laying all the way down. Some dogs have a harder time laying down than others, so keep at it. You might have to fiddle around with it. Sometimes if your dog is reluctant to laying down, you can also push back and down a little bit towards your dog, and that is helpful for some dogs. So in the beginning, we have our dog well attached to our hand. Over time, we can actually phase out having your dog completely on your hand, and we can start to make it more into an indicator. Yes, good boy. So, for instance, sit would become just a raising of the hand motion. Good boy. Yes. When you're finally ready to go on to verbal commands, what you want to do is you want to give your verbal command first. So it would be spin, and then you do your hand signal. Yes, good boy. That way your dog will be able to figure out that when they hear spin, they then see the hand signal, and they'll be able to figure out and make that connection over time. Be sure to still use your marker words when your dog does something right. So if I want him to lay down, I put my hand down and say yes, and after that, he is rewarded. So that's the basics of luring. Have fun with it. Make sure that you use a treat that's encouraging for your dog. Something that's a little bit smellier and a little bit tastier is helpful. My dogs will personally lure with their food, but not all dogs will do that. Try and keep the session short and sweet, and have fun with it.